Yo, traders, welcome to the live stream. Welcome back to Simply Forex. Hope you all had a lovely weekend because obviously I haven't seen you since then. Let me know what you got up to. What did I do? I watched Liverpool win again. So that was good. And then I went to the beach with the family and had a few sundowners. It was very nice, and only a few, quite respectable, which was quite disappointing. Anyway, yeah, so let us know what you've done at the weekend, guys. Also, don't be shy, come say hello. And don't forget, guys, this is your opportunity to ask as many questions as you like about trading. I am with you for roughly 45 minutes. So yeah, ask as many questions as you like about trading. And it can be literally anything, guys, right? So yeah, ask away. What else are we going to do? We're going to take a look at a couple of trades that I've had today. One was unsuccessful, and I'll show you that one. And one, I am still in the trade. Okay, so we'll take a look at both of those. We'll have a quick look at the economic calendar as well, because I am actually in a US dollar major. I'm in Aussie dollar, US dollar buys. And in about 3 hours, right, we have this coming out, guys. So nothing to, worry about during the live stream. But if you're in a US dollar pair, please consider this. Also, please consider that Trump could open his mouth at any point, right? And I've been a little conscious of that, right? So normally, right, if fun, like what's going on in the Middle East, Ukraine, Russia, oil prices are doing this, etc., etc. Right? Normally, what Trump's doing, right? Normally, I'm just like, it's all noise, right? And it is, right? It's total noise to your trading. It doesn't help your trading. It's just noise. Just blank it out. But it's something about Trump that I just can't blank out. Good or bad, he is, he plays, it gets in here. So, yeah, I'm still trying to blank out the noise, guys. I'm in an Aussie dollar, US dollar trade, but let's hope the Trumpinator doesn't open his mouth. Or if he does, it makes my trade skyrocket, one or the other. So, yeah, let's have a quick look, see who's in the live chat. Let's see who we've got in. Before we do, guys, can I just say, I'm going to have a little moan, if that's all right. But my wrist, so I've done some weights yesterday and increased the weight a little bit, from like 100 kilograms dumbbells to 150. Don't dumbbell that much. But my wrist is bloody killing me. No jokes about what I've been doing. It was a weightlifting injury. So there you go, guys. There's my little moan over. My wrist bloody hurts. Right, let's see who's in the live chat. Manish and Manish's VIP crew. Manish, I hope you're enjoying the VIP as well, mate. Please let us know. We'll look at your question very shortly. Himanshu wants to look at Euro Pound. Okay, so Manish, hello Tom, good morning. I have a question. I explained my question in detail in our Discord group. Ask Tom. Your explanation would help me and the other traders too. Okay, Manish, what was that question? If you could just put it in here, Manish. All right, put it in here. We'll answer it. I didn't see your question in Ask Tom, but happy to answer it here. Fapello, hello, mate. How are you? Godwin, how are you? Ruben Del Piero. Good afternoon, Simply Forex crew. I've been keeping an eye on natural gas a little more since Tom last mentioned. Loving the price action. All right, so we can take a little look at natural gas. Lots of people like commodities, guys, right? I get so many requests to look at oil, gas, not so much coffee, gold, silver, right? These are really popular things to trade, and Bitcoin. Obviously, everyone keeps asking me about Bitcoin. So we'll take a look at those as well. Yep, so have a look at natural gas. Jolma. Hi, Tom. How is Jolma from Brazil? How are we? So let's start with a trade I'm in, right? Let's quickly go through these, guys, and then we'll tackle all of your questions. So daily, guys, if you watch my morning analysis vid, we are still in an uptrend. We never broke these lows. We got this massive bullish candle. I think potentially we could take price all the way up to here, if not further. Right now, if we drop down to the H4, yeah, this was a H1 entry, guys. All right, the H4 is looking good, right? We got a nice bullish H4 candle. But let me show you my entry on the H1. So it was simple as this, right? And this is simple price action. And this is what I prattle on about all the time. Now, when it comes to price action and finding an entry, right, it's not hard, is my point. Now, other parts of my trading are a lot harder, right? Managing a trade requires a lot of skill, and the hedging strategy that I use requires a lot of skill, right? But finding areas to trade from is one of the easier disciplines, right? So Aussie dollar, US dollar, we was in this H1 uptrend, price retraced all the way back down to this level through here, right? We got a nice bullish wick here, and then we got a nice bullish candle that confirmed to me that buyers were in control, and we're above the moving average 20, tracking that nicely as well. And basically, guys, I entered here. I got a slight retrace, entered here, right? My stop loss is below here, and my target is back up to these highs. As simple as that, guys, right? And this is, yeah, what I'm looking to happen. Once it hits target, you know, I've got a decision to make. I will let some profit run. Shall I close 80%? Yeah, let 70% run, 20% run. Shall I close 70%? Whatever it is, I will take some profit up here, guys, all right? So that's the trade I'm in right now. The unsuccessful trade that I had earlier, right? And yeah, and this is also important, guys. Let me have a drink of water. Me drinking waters is important, but that's not what I was talking about. Basically, guys, there's a difference between an unsuccessful trade and a bad trade. Don't think they are the same, right? So this is pound Swiss franc. Again, very identical thought process to Aussie dollar, US dollar. It's all about price action, right? So we're in this daily uptrend, okay, right? We're in this daily uptrend. I mean, you could include yesterday's crazy dip, okay, but we're in an uptrend. We're getting higher lows, higher highs, right? And even yesterday's candle made a higher high, okay? So I think price can make its way back up to here, right? Then we drop down to the H4. Because of these gaps up and gaps down, the H4 was a little bit more difficult. But in this case, it was very clear cut, right? It was in this bang, downtrend, bang, uptrend. So we was even in a H4 uptrend as well. Okay. And then price retraced towards the moving average 20 here. If I show you on the H1, because it was a H1 entry, we had, if we again just follow H1 structure, right? We had this last low here. We had this nice bullish wick followed by this bullish candle, right? And then I entered, started buying here, put my stop loss below here, or hedge, whatever you use, and my target was back up here, right? And that was what I was going to do. And that followed price action, followed my plan, right? You can tell it was part of my plan because I put this trade in my analysis vid earlier this morning, right? And I followed my plan, right? It did what I wanted it to do. We got a nice bullish reaction at this level, but the trade didn't play out, right? So that, and also, guys, I entered as per my strategy. I risked 1% as per my strategy. And from a psychological point of view, I was very calm and happy with the entry, right? So my performance was good, okay? But price came shooting down and took out my stop loss. So that is an unsuccessful trade, not a bad trade, right? There's a difference, okay? Now, unsuccessful trades, I don't mind, right? Bad trades I do. And bad trades are, you know, if you don't follow your strategy or your trading plan, or if you don't follow your money and risk management, let's say you risk more or risk too little. And from a psychological point of view, maybe your, you know, boyfriend or girlfriend have split up with you, or you lost your job. I don't know. I'm using very extreme examples, but you know, psychologically you're not right. Then if you traded then and had a trade go against you, that is a bad trade, right? There's a big difference there, guys. All right. So this was an unsuccessful trade, right? Entered here, hit my stop loss down here, right? I'm currently hedged in this trade. All right. So yeah, there you go, guys. Those are the two trades that I've taken today. Let's take a look at a few of your questions. Manish, what is the question? Or I will answer it in the VIP Discord later, no problem. Himanshu, is it good time to long euro pound? All right, Himanshu, let's take a look at euro pound. Before we do, guys, if I could just please ask everyone to please subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. Also, guys, don't forget to join our trading community. And also, right now, if you check out our website, www.simply-forex.com, we are giving 25% off all of our premium education. That includes our course, our VIP trading community, and the mentorship program where I coach you one-on-one. So if you would like to be coached one-on-one, then check out our website. 25% off right now. Right, hi Niraj, how are you? Right, euro pound. Is it a good time to buy euro pound? I mean, just looking at the day chart, I'm going to say no, but this gap never got filled. Right, so I can't help but think that's going to get filled. But anyway, let's start from the top. Right, let's start from a weekly point of view. Now, as you can see, guys, we was in this. Yeah, I'm going to include that. We was in this downtrend, and then it got a bit scruffy, right, and then bang, yeah. Okay, we were seeing a lot of euro strength, pound weakness, right? So weekly, we are in an uptrend. And all this is a retrace, right? In here, right? It's actually retraced down to here. So in here would be potentially a good area to buy back up to these highs, right? Let's remove this. Okay, so yes, from a weekly point of view, I can understand buys, right? Okay, so let's carry on. But, you know, there is this weekly candle, very bearish, and we've had this massive gap down. But let's look on the day chart to understand that better, right? And because of all these gap ups and gap downs, right, we're clearly, I would say this is still in an uptrend, right? It is, yeah. The last low I'm seeing is potentially in here, right? And that hasn't been broken. But do I want to buy that market? Look at it, it's dropping like a stone. So the answer to buy euro pound, it's a no from me. I like the weekly chart to start buying euro pound, but you know, I just cannot buy that chart, right? It's just every single candle selling, 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 selling. Even the green candle is selling, selling, selling. Right, for me to start buying euro pound, I've got to start seeing buyers come in somewhere. All right, maybe they come in today. Okay, great. One thing I'm conscious of is this gap never got filled. So price will want to fill that. All right, it might even fill it today. Okay, so let's imagine it did fill it today. Then you have a very nice bullish candle. And okay, then euro pound buys are a possibility. Yeah, it's a tricky one. Like all these gap ups and gap downs, guys, I've never seen, and you know, I've been trading for sort of over 15 years now, and I've never seen gaps like I did on Monday, right? I just haven't. It was crazy gaps everywhere. You know, normally you see big gaps on, let's say, Canadian dollar pairs or euro pairs, but this was like every single currency pair. And that's the Trump, baby. That's the Trump effect. I don't know if I like the Trump effect yet. I'll tell you, you know, by the end of the year. So there you go. No, I wouldn't be buying euro pound at this level, Himanshu. Let's take a look at the lower time frames. You know, even on the lower time frames, we're below the moving average 20, right? I would need to see. I mean, you could say it's done that. On the H1, it's definitely done that. But I want to see a break of the moving average 20 as well. Then I could consider buying euro pound. Right now, nothing's telling me to buy it. But thank you for your question, Himanshu. What's the next? Okay, Ruben wants to take a look at natural gas. It's a new little chart that I've put on. I don't trade natural gas really, guys, but it's a chart that lots of people want analyzed, right? So let's do this one together, right? Let's all learn together. Okay, Joma, we'll look at silver as well. Okay, forking pepper. Okay, so we've got some good questions coming in, guys. But let's do a little bit of analysis together, right? So this is natural gas, right? Very well traded, right? It's a popular asset to trade. Now, if you look at the weekly chart, right? Everyone, please get involved. Okay, leave your comment in the live chat. So looking at the weekly chart only, would you buy, sell, or stay out of the market? These are your only three options, right? So everyone, please give me your view of natural gas weekly chart, buy, sell, or stay out. While you do that, I'm going to drink neat vodka. Okay, so Jolma, stay out. Forking Pepe, stay out. Alex, I'm looking for shorts. Always appreciate your comments, Alex, on the vids. Thank you. Luigi, sell. Right, so we've got two sells. We've got another stay out. Godwin is a stay out. Anyone else? Okay, Ruben saying buy off support. All right, we've already had a big gap up there. Okay. Right. So, Wenlam, okay, I'm sure I've pronounced that beautifully, would sell. Okay. All right, so we've got a few people getting involved. Great. Love it when you get involved. Now, let's just look at the facts of the chart. Your job, think of yourself as Sherlock Holmes, right? The great British detective, right? He's not real, he's fictional, but a wonderful, wonderful detective. And that's your job, right? So consider me Sherlock Holmes, and I'm going to look at the clues, right? So let's take a look at the clues. Right. So our first clue is it's in a downtrend. As soon as we broke this low, right, we were in a downtrend, right? Also, okay, so that's, let's think of it like this. We've got sells and we've got buys, right? So downtrend is one for sells. I've never thought of it like this, but this would work, right? Now, another thing for sells is a big bearish weekly candle. That is bloody bearish. 1 point for sells, right? Now, anything else for sells? No, that's about it for sells. Now, let's look at it in terms of buys, right? We're at a very good support level. not only do we have a nice support level, but we've got the moving average 20 as well. So we've got dynamic support and horizontal support. So that is one for the buys, right? So straight away, there's a little bit of conflict here. There's more selling pressure than buying, right? There's more for sells than there is buys. But for that, because we're selling into this level, right, it's difficult to look for sells. But having said that, because look at this gap up, that's where the market finished on Sunday, and that's where it started up here. That is a hell of a gap up, right? Now, that means we have room to move into back to this level of support, right? And we'll see this on the lower time frames. So we do have a little bit of room for sells as well. So I'd say that's one more for sells. So for that reason, right, on my little scoring system that I've just created there and then, but basically that's what I do in my head. Right, I'm like, right, boom, 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 you know, buys, sells, what are buyers thinking, what are sellers thinking, you know, and crunch the data like Sherlock Holmes. I would potentially be looking for sells, right? I would be looking for sells or stay out, but I think sells just about wins the day. Okay, so sell natural gas because it has the room to move into back to this support level. It's not at the support level, right? Okay, now let's look at the day chart. Okay, so daily chart now, same question, guys. Everyone get involved. Day chart, natural gas, buy, sell, or stay out. Yep, Alex, we're going to go through all the time frames with this one, and we're going to analyze it together. All right, so everyone, what would you do? Buy, sell, or stay out of the day chart on natural gas? Let me know. I'm going to be sitting here whistling. Don't know what to do with myself while I wait for your answers. Right, Alex still sells. Jolma, stay out. Godwin, sell. Sammy, stay out. Shiran, sell. Ruben, stay out. Luigi, sell. Okay, so yes, I mean, I'm glad no one's saying buy, right? This is not a buying opportunity, is it, guys? You know, right? If we sort of track daily structure, again, let's look at the facts, right? I'm going to say this is the facts. All right. So we've got highs, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. We are clearly in a downtrend, right? So that would suggest I want to sell it, right? Again, let's look at sells and buys, right? It's at a beautiful, what was once support becomes resistance. I bloody love this setup, right? You know, this setup is up there with Mohamed Salah and Gal Gadot. That's how much I love this setup, right? What was once support becomes resistance, or vice versa. What was once resistance becomes support. This is such a good bloody entry in the markets. And this is what this chart is giving us, right? Now, is that candle bearish enough? It has a bit of a wick, but not really, right? That's quite bullish, right? So let's say today we get a candle that finishes like this, then all over it, we could sell back down to these lows, right? But today it's quite a bullish candle, but I really like the level. So I'm going to suggest, you know, again, it's a close one, like stay out because of the bullish candle or sell. But I would lean towards selling right? Because it's such a nice level and we're getting this bearish reaction, right? I think we can take price back down to here. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing, guys, right? So on the whole, natural gas is looking like a sell. And all I've done is do my Sherlock Holmes impression and find the clues, right? That's it. That's all I'm doing is all I'm doing is fact finding to find confluence to take the trade. That's it, right? That's trading. If you have enough reasons to sell something or you have enough reasons to buy something, you take the trade. If you don't have enough reasons, you stay out. Or if there's conflicting data, stay out, right? Simple as that. Trading's not simple. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. All right, guys, so let's go down another time frame, right? Let's go down to the H4 now. I'm going to ask everyone the same question. Let's keep going with this analysis. So everyone, right now, would you buy, sell, or stay out of the H4 timeframe? Everyone, let me know. Okay, Alex would buy. Although I do see a laughter after that, Alex. Are you pulling my leg? Shirin, buy. Jolma, buy. Full King Pepe, buy. Okay, unanimous. Everyone's buying the H4. Interesting. Godwin would buy. Ryan, sell if there's confirmation of a bear market. Okay, well, we looked at daily and weekly. There was some confirmation of a bear market. Sellers were in control. Stay out until we get confirmation from Luigi. Okay. Okay. All right. So we've got a mixture of, so we've got a lot of buys and some sells. So this is very interesting to me. And, you know, like, guys, you are the market. You are the traders, right? You are the ones that, you know, this is your sentiment, right? This is, you know, this is when we talk about sentiment in the market, right? What are traders in general leaning towards? Are they looking to buy it or sell it or stay out? And you guys are are leaning towards buys. We've got one more buy than we have sells, right? But let's say there's indecision, right? Just from your answers. So let's imagine you were an indicator, right? You guys are an indicator, and you know, half have said buys, just under half have said sells, one said stay out. You know what I mean? So it's not that clear, right? But again, let's do Sherlock Holmes, right? What are we seeing? So I'm going to say, I'm going to say this was a level, right? So I'm going to start here. And I'm going to suggest we are in a downtrend. That is a last significant enough low for me, right? There was enough movement away from that area. And now price, as we know, we pinpointed earlier, this was a lovely resistance level. And it's no coincidence that it coincides with a psychological level. You'll see that time and time again, right? So I'm leaning towards selling, right? We've got this. I would say we've had a H4 structure break. If price kind of retraces into here, I'd put my stop above here and look to take price back down to these lows. Like I said, I'll probably aim for a psychological level. So this 3,100. So I would sell this market. Natural gas is looking like a sell for me, right? The one thing I'm conscious of on the H4 is the moving average 20, right? We're sort of approaching that level. So what we might see is this, right? Bearish reaction in here somewhere, and then I would start selling. Stops above here. All right, so yeah, I would sell natural gas, guys. So there you go, Ruben. That was for you, Ruben. Natural gas, we've covered it. And yeah, guys, like I say, just crunch the facts. Don't have an opinion, right? Like a typical opinion of natural gas, and it's true, but natural gas is very seasonal, right? When it's winter, right, people are going to use more gas. Okay, so it is seasonal, right? But that's not going to come into my thinking when I take this trade, right? Or if I took this trade. Okay, so there you go. All right, guys, I enjoyed it. I enjoy a bit of analysis together as one big happy family. Guys, so what we're going to do right now, today is sponsored by Pepperstone. So we're going to listen to our sponsors right now.
We are super excited to have partnered with Pepperstone, a world-class, award-winning broker. Not only will you benefit from raw spreads, lightning-fast execution, low commissions, and cutting-edge tools, plus a dedicated support network, but you can also directly trade on TradingView. Right now, we also have some great special offers when you sign up with Pepperstone, including a free premium TradingView subscription and exclusive access to the VIP Trading Academy. So are you ready to take your trading to the next level and make Pepperstone your #1 broker? Click the link in the description and sign up today.
Okay, guys, there you go. A very professional video created by our editor. So well done, editor. But yeah, guys, sponsored by Pepperstone. Jokes aside, it's a very good promotion, guys. Check it out if you're looking for a broker or if you want to change brokers. Right, back to the questions. Niraj wants to look at Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. I'm just going in order, guys. If you can see Godwin, right? His name is in green. If you become a supporter of Simply Forex, I think it's like $1 a month or something, then you will get priority questions, guys. All right. So if you want to become a member, show your support, you can. Right. Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. Weekly chart. Scruffy. Thank you, Niraj, for giving me the most scruffiest chart you could find. Just a bit of this, right? Just a bit of consolidation on the weekly, if not a downtrend because we've got lower lows, but just lots of consolidation here. I don't really want to trade in here, okay? But it might look okay. And on the day chart, I mean, the day chart's looking like a selling opportunity, right? Okay, we've had a nice retrace. We've broken all of these lows. But the problem with it is, excuse me, guys. The problem with it is we are still at the bottom of that weekly range here. So price will probably want to come to the top of the range. And then once it gets to the top of the range, find a nice bearish candle, and then we'll take it to the bottom of the range, right? So Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, no traders yet, right? Because there's no room to move into here, right? I'm not going to buy that. There's no value. But once we get in here and if we see a nice bearish candle, then I think we've got a potential nice trade back down to these lows, back down to these lows. All right, Niraj, so that's what I will be waiting for on Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. So wait for a nice bearish candle in here. Right, what else we're looking at? Jolma wants to look at silver. Ha. I have to do my pirate impression when we talk about silver. Right, silver, nice trade. Let me just look at my Aussie dollar, US dollar trade, actually. See how that's going. Okay, pretty slow. You wait, Trump will come in, then, let's go back to silver. So this was a trade idea, right? And Because I got into Aussie dollar, US dollar, I didn't take this trade. And in hindsight, which we don't have in trading, silver would have bared fruit quicker, right? Because if we look at, let's look at the weekly chart. Let's do the top-down approach every time. So just so you get in those good habits, guys, right? We are in a weekly downtrend, but we have a super bullish candle that suggests we could take price back up to these last weekly highs. Okay, and we closed above the moving average 20. Right, there's a bit of room in there for us with silver. I can even drag this along, right? So weekly, not unanimous, but I could buy that. And then it's really the day chart that makes this a higher probability trade, right? We was in this kind of sideways action and then bang, right? In an uptrend. Had a nice retrace into this support level and then bang, right? Just bang, 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 bang. Okay, we are seeing a super nice bullish candle. And again, that suggests we could come up to this. I would actually aim for the 32 flat level there, bang. That would be my target, 32 flat. Okay, so 100% buying silver. Now, the problem you have with it now is if you didn't get in earlier on, you are literally hitting an area of resistance. Okay, so there are two things, well, not two things, but these are things you should be aware of, right? Typically, I don't want to buy into a key resistance level. Okay, so I want to see this happen. We get a break, maybe a H4 candle like this, breaks through this resistance. You can wait for a little bit of a retrace, right? Start buying in here, stops below this last low, right? Look to take price up. Okay, so that'd be the first scenario. Sorry, that'd be the first scenario. Yeah, that's pretty much the only scenario on H4. Whereas if we look at H1, we had our trade here. This was the candle to enter on, right? And this was the candle I was going to enter on, but I chose Aussie dollar, US dollar. You know, sod's law, you choose the one that hasn't moved for about 14 days. But, you know, I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. Now, this was in this uptrend, and it had found a level here, right? It had found the last low on the H1. Then we got this candle not only closed back into this low, it also closed above the moving average 20. And I like that combination. You could have had a trade simple as this, right? You start buying here, stop loss below here, target back at these highs. You would have got a little bit more than 1:1 already, maybe 1:1.1, 1.2, and we would have been taking some profit at this level, right? And definitely leave some profit to run. So if you did miss this entry, then as I said before, guys, on the H4, you need to wait for a break of that level. Now, it's looking likely, right? You've got this big bullish green candle approaching this level. There's lots of buyers hammering into that level. So this would suggest it could break. But I'm not here to make predictions or what I think might happen. I'm going to wait for it to happen and then I trade it, right? So I'm not going to work on the basis that, oh, I think it will break that level and then price does that, right? I'm not going to work on that basis. I'm going to work on the basis that when it breaks that level, or if it breaks that level, right, then I'm interested. I can start buying in here, stops below here. All right. So remember, guys, I always say this, you want to trade from the right highest probability price rather than the early price. And a lot of new traders, they see a level or they see it in an uptrend and they're like, right, I got to get in. There's FOMO, there's just wanting to get into the trade, right? Now, you've got to break that. Yeah, you've got to think to yourself, what is the best price I can get in on? What's the highest probability price that I can enter? Regardless, even if you miss the trade, doesn't matter, right? That's how you should think, guys, and just patiently wait. So Jolma Silver buys for me all day. Right. Forking Pepe, which would you take, the perfect setup or a dinner date with Gal Gadot? This is a tricky one, Forking Pepe. What I would like to do is, whilst on a dinner date with Gal Gadot, the most perfect setup happens, and then I show Gal Gadot the setup and say, look at that. And she says, wow, that's amazing. I love trading and I love to talk about candlesticks. And then I'll be like, will you marry me on the first date? Let's not mess around. But I've got to say a date with Gal Gadot, right? I can get perfect setups, a few times, right? But when I say perfect setup for my strategy, right? Whereas Gal Gadot on a date, it's probably less likely. But we live in hope, guys, of that happening one day. Right. Okay, guys, like I say, Godwin's in green and is a member, so I'm going to take his question first. And his question is, pound Swiss franc, is it still a good trade idea? And I'm going to say yes, right? Let me remove these. No, let's keep them in. Let's just remove this one. Now, it is, and it's a good question, actually. Is pound Swiss franc still in a good buying area? And the answer on the H4 is yes, right? We've got higher highs. Will we start to make higher lows? We don't know where this new low will be, right? Now, there is a bit of a level through here, right? Which I pinpointed a few days ago, right? There is a level here. Okay, so if we get a nice bounce off this level, I would say pound Swiss franc is still a nice looking trade back up to these highs, right? If not further. So yeah, let's see what this H4 candle does. But yes, I think it still is a good trade idea. Let's look at H1 because H1's obviously breaking down, right? And let's just show you that level here. You can see how many touches this level has had through here, right? It's a good bloody level. And we're getting a nice bullish entry. Now, would I just enter on a bullish H1 candle? Probably not, because we are against H1 structure. But what I would consider on the H4 is a nice bullish H4 candle. Let's say we get something like this. Christ, I cannot draw straight lines with a mouse. Let's say we get a candle looks something like this. Even if it's red, it doesn't matter. But we get a big wick that bounces off this level. I think we've got a good buying opportunity. So Godwin, yes, mate, still a good trade idea for today. All right, guys. So, guys, like I say, if we haven't answered your questions, apologies. We will be on the live stream again tomorrow and happy to answer all of your questions then. If you do want priority questions, right? Your name will appear in green. You will get priority questions during the live stream. Then just become a supporter. Like I said, I think it's like, I'm not sure the editor does all this, but I think it's like $1 a month or something. And then you'll get priority questions during the live stream. All right, guys. Anyway, peace out. Have a great trading day. See you tomorrow.